Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am extraordinarily honored to be able to join you here this late afternoon. Rabbi Gordon, Rabbi Friedman, Jeremy, Barry, Mr. Consul General, thank you very much for the invitation to be here. We come together tonight against a solemn backdrop. For weeks, the people of Israel have endured terror, fear, and suffering. For the Boston Jewish community, this heartache culminated last week with the loss of one of your own, Richard Lake. By all accounts, Richard was the embodiment of the struggle, the success, and the striving of the Jewish people. Born and bred just minutes from where we stand, his 76 years on this earth were defined by a fiercely held vision that there was no conflict, no division, no difference that our common humanity could not bridge. That humanity was his life's work. He was a husband, a father, a grandfather, an educator, an author, an actor, an optimist, a deep thinker, a big dreamer, and a champion for mankind's better angels. In a moving eulogy, Richard's son, Micah, spoke of wrestling with how something so brutal could happen to someone so beautiful. And staring that hatred and evil, Micah imagined his own father's counsel, who undoubtedly would urge forgiveness, kindness, and love. Those are never easy to summon in moments like this. But that's what makes this community, our community, so remarkable. That no matter how heavy your hearts, the overwhelming feeling in this room tonight is not of fear or vengeance or even sorrow, but compassion, resilience, fellowship, and faith. Learning of Richard's legacy and watching this community pay tribute to him reminded me of a moment, one of my own visits to Israel. It's a story some of you have heard me share before, but I wanted to tell it again this evening because I believe it gracefully captures her people. At a dinner in Tel Aviv about 2 years ago, I met a young Israeli woman who founded an organization that had brought aid to parts of Syria that other international assistance groups were unable to reach. She'd helped one particular community for years without disclosing much of who she was or where she came from. One day, she finally let the Syrian commander know that she was Israeli. He was stunned, and right then and there, at that moment, he refused her help, calling her his sworn enemy, despite the lives that she had saved and the selfless assistance she had given his people. Luckily, she was not easily deterred. She took the question to the community for a vote. If they said go, she would pack up and leave. If they said stay, she would continue to serve. They begged her to stay. So she did, continuing to aid those the rest of the international community had left behind. There is nothing that better captures what Israel is for me than that young woman, than Richard Lakin, than the generations of Israelis at home and abroad who continue to put themselves on the front lines of peace, no matter the risks or the roadblocks, who refuse to let labels like enemy and adversary influence the direction of their moral compass, who meet hatred with benevolence, conflict with character. That is what has bound Israel and the United States together for generations. Those are the values that we reaffirm tonight, and the commitment our two nations have made, not just to each other, but to the rest of the world. In these difficult times, in the face of a darkness that can challenge even the most hopeful heart, it is that commitment, the commitment of each of you here tonight, that lights our way. Thank you.